Welcome to lesson 1, classifying rational real numbers. So first we're going to have this worksheet. We're going to cut it in half. And let's go ahead and title our journal. We're going to put classify numbers. Please take the one that starts with -4 on the side. We're going to cut that one out. Have the numbers ready to go, but we're just going to glue in the graphic organizer. Per usual, please do not overuse the glue. So we just need to make an X on the back and then cover on the edges. That's plenty of glue. Don't need to jam or glue into the paper. And paste it on down. So first step, we need to write down the different categories of rational numbers. We have in the middle, so is natural numbers. These are the most basic. Then we have whole numbers. We have integers. And we have rational. On the side over here, this is really for when you go into 8th grade math, and then you'll need to know it for our algebra, but these are going to be irrational. You will not necessarily see these on the star. So when you need to classify numbers, so here's the list that we're going to do together. You always want to simplify your numbers, meaning here I have -4. I can't really do anything to -4. It's already just a whole number, but this is a whole negative number. Whole negative numbers belong in the integer category. So I'm going to put -4 right here. -4 can also go in the rational numbers. So every number can go to an outer layer, but they can't go farther inside. Here I have 20%. I'm going to turn any fraction or percent into a decimal so it's easy to see where it belongs in my graphic organizer. So I'm going to move that decimal from the right hand side 2 spots to the left, and it will become 0.2. So I'm going to put 20% in the rational numbers. So that will be any number that simplifies down to a decimal or becomes a decimal, goes into rational. 0.2 cannot go into integers, it cannot go into whole numbers or natural. Next I have 8. 8 is already just a whole number, and 8 is a counting number, meaning it is a number that is greater than 0. But whole. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 belongs in natural. It can also go into whole numbers, it can go into integers, and it can go into rational. Here we have 0. The only thing unique about whole numbers is that it has 0. 0 is not allowed in the natural number category, but 0 can be in the integers and it can be in rational numbers. 1/4 is going to be a decimal form, would be 1/4 or 0.25. That's one that you really should memorize. If you forgot though, you can always go top in, bottom out. 1 divided by 4. And 0.25 is going to need to be in a rational number category. So 1/4 would be a rational number. Here I have -3.5. And it goes in the rational number because of that decimal point. If there's a decimal, you know it belongs in rational numbers. 1,000 is a whole number. So 1,000 is a whole number greater than 0. We'll go into the natural number category, but it can also go into whole numbers. It can be an integer, and it can be a rational number. These are the ones that we get confused on the most. That's why I recommend you always make fractions or percents. You divide them out and turn them into decimals or whole numbers. And right here we have 12 divided by 6. 12 divided by 6 is 2. And it is a negative, so negative 2. So even though it was a fraction, it actually is going to live in the integers. It can belong in integers as well as rational numbers. Oops, I forgot to put negative 12 over 6. All right, 2 more. 1/3 is the same thing as 0.33 repeated. So 1/3 is rational, whereas negative 12 would be an integer. That can also go in rational numbers. So now we've classified all of these different rational numbers. We can, if you want, you can go ahead and put these in your notes. Just glue it on down, or you can choose not to. That's up to you. But after the notes, you're going to try one out on your own. So you'll turn the page. Make sure you glue this in. You will place the integers, rational numbers, whole numbers, and natural numbers on the graphic organizer when that's complete. So when this is all done, make sure that you are getting your lesson checked off, and then you will take your first quiz. So as soon as you are done with your practice, you're getting your lesson checked off and you're taking your first quiz. The page numbers for classifying rational numbers are going to be page number 1 and number 2. So right here, you're going to write down for the page numbers 1 through 2. All right, we'll have fun practicing, and I think you're going to do really great on the quiz.